All right, we are live. Today is October 12th, 2024. This is market analysis hosted by Trading Titans. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who are tuning in on this early Saturday morning, and for those of you on the replay, I want to thank you as well because it's the replays and the reshares and the continued engagement on these videos that really help the algorithm when I go live. So thank you so much. I am going to start off with silver, gold. We'll go into some of the American markets, check out the Japanese, see what they're up to. Yeah, and then we're going to analyze some of the meme coins and some of the gaming coins, and of course some basic core L1 coins. As yeah, as we watch these charts fluctuate, please do your own research. Do not take anything that I'm sharing as financial advice. What I do with my platform is simply show people what it is that I'm finding working. And you are welcome to work it with me. I'm not going to do any of this for you. You're going to be taking hopefully, self responsibility for the financial choices that you make. And together we can make a lot of money because this wealth transfer is quite astronomical and it's amazing. It's fantastic to see happen live, and yeah, well, it's been many years of watching this unfold, and I can tell you that 4 years ago, when all of this started, I wasn't in a good headspace, and so seeing all of it happen in real time was difficult because I knew I was right. Well, the good news is that now the good news is here. We are we are at the precipice. And so I'm excited because I get to share with you what's happening because I've been studying what's happening today for a long time, since 2008. And the hardships have been excruciating. All right. So we're going to start off with silver. Silver for a couple weeks there. I think, hey, yeah, a couple weeks. It rallied downwards and found support at the $30 level, that psychological price point. And since then, that time, it's been rallying back upwards. It looks like yeah, it basically went right through that area of consolidation without much of a problem. Had a retest here at this point and is seeming to climb back up again. It's not forming all-time highs yet. We got a long ways to go before we see the all-time high from 2011. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a long ways to go back too, so I'm not going to go back. All-time high is around 36 right now. My target on this price, the next time I think that the price will have a little bit of a pullback, it's probably going to be around 33.8 level. And so if you are trading gold and silver on the markets, silver on the markets, you may look for that as a target to pull back and gain some more. All right, gold. It has been a while since it formed that high, that all-time high on September 26th. It's beautiful to see how well this chart is recovering out of this consolidation zone here, or out of this pivot zone. This pivot zone I kind of figured was going to be the next testing point there a couple weeks ago when we were in this area. I said, well, I think it's going to come back in here, and it's just because this area has provided the market a lot of time to consolidate. So whenever that happens, typically it happens again. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Look at that. There we go. That'll be better. Sorry for the delay on that. Let's go back. Silver. Yes. Now it's working. So after this high here, silver had that retracement, came back down below the this area of consolidation, this pivot zone, and has come back up and had a good solid leg up on top of this area. So we can expect a bullish movement here over the next few weeks. Gold formed that high back here, and when it retraced, it beautifully dipped into this pivot range here and has been coming out strong ever since. You know, it was here, it was hanging out here, testing this area for a couple weeks, but you can see here over the last, what is this here? This is, yeah, over the last 10 days or so, it's been showing a lot of strength coming up. I think this would probably come down and maybe test this area again, simply because the market movements have been about this long, typically speaking, before we see a retracement. But if you are looking to go long on gold, my next target for where I would sell is about 2,700. S&P 500 forming new highs, and this is fun. We get to move our all-time high. In fact, 2 days in a row reaching all-time highs. You know, this is quite fascinating to watch. There's no way that there's no way this is going to last. It can't. It's insane how much it has gone on already. No time in history has there ever been so much over leveraged currency within any banking system. And epic crash is about to happen. US 30, same idea, pushing up new highs 2 days in a row. And no sign of stopping either. Like both Thursday, yeah, Friday. Oh, why is it going to Sunday already? Oh, I'm on a 4-hour chart. That's why. Yeah, so there you have it. Brand new high yesterday. Not for the last 2 days. I was on the wrong chart. Okay, so this daily chart, yeah, showing all-time high at 42,900.7. And yeah, we'll see where it heads next. Nike, Japanese markets still can't seem to get above this area here. You know, it very well may. We still may see another week or so of momentum as this system is brought to a close. But yes, before the end of the year, it's highly expected that we're going to be getting into the cryptos. And already we can see some new highs being formed on the NPC. This is the non-playable coin meme coin. This meme coin is, well, it's outperforming the markets. Back the beginning of July is when I placed my first position within this asset here. And since that time, it's been ranging up and down. You know, it was like an emotional roller coaster for people that don't know how to control their emotions. Here I bought at just 1.6 cents US, and it went up a little bit, went back down, went into high profit. In fact, at that point there, I had already made 108% in 21 days. And that's nice. That's a nice, great. I mean, you don't see this in you don't ever see that kind of thing happening in Forex. But in cryptos, it's totally possible. And so that swing was nice to see, but then it came right back down. Look at that. And even went down to the lowest point of that trade, you know, in a drawdown of 26%. Now this is a meme. Look at how strong this chart has been. It hasn't done the pump and dump action that normally these do. Will it? Yeah, probably. but it hasn't done the pump yet. So we're going to make a little bit off of this. After this position was created, no, middle, what was this? Yeah, this was in September, the beginning of September, September 7th. I took and added to my position. And since that time, it has also gone up and has now reached my target at 150% increase. I believe that we very well could see another test of this consolidation zone here, but be mindful that my zone might be a little narrow. So it might have already done that test. So yeah, that one there is ready to go. I think anything that's under 6-7 cents is probably going to be a good deal, considering where it's going. Sundog showing some strength finally yesterday out of this short-term bearish trend. I have added to my position there, and is currently, what is it? Oh yeah, not much. Couple percent. That's about it. Woo. This is the social trading platform that I'm enjoying watching. This short-term trend line is being challenged right now, and you can see we've been testing this pivot zone here for a while. Yeah, since October 3rd. I'm not in any way, shape, or form discouraged by this. In fact, normally speaking, in cryptocurrencies, we see fluctuations of 30-40% within a matter of a few days. And when it came down, it only went down 17% and has been doing very well since. And so at the moment, we're down 6% from our original position on September 24th. Not even in the slightest concerned, considering this strength that we saw coming out of this low. So this is just a nice little retracement, retesting this pivot zone, and we'll be headed up after these messages. All right, ARK. This is a project that is in the AI space. I made an accumulation here, and this accumulation here was already at a great spot where it was coming back out of this. We had some highs already formed, and when this retracement happened, I added to my position, because that's what you do, dollar cost average. Added to my position twice. No, sorry. This one here was Audrey. Yes, that was the one that we marked with Audrey. And so, yeah, I've got that one, and now we've got another new position open here. Yeah. So, I'm very encouraged by this. Even if we just bring this price up to the previous all-time high, that's going to go up 557% from yesterday's closing price. So very encouraged by the ARK chart right now. BitTensor, this one here, has shown some great strength coming out of this lower pivot zone, and is now giving this one a run for its money. I believe that the bulls are going to win on this one as well, simply because, well, they need them to. So we're going to see the mainstream really encourage. It's going to really push people to get into the markets here over the next couple of weeks. And so as that liquidity comes in, we'll see this price go up. I would say once it gets up above this area here, once it gets a good solid leg up over top of that line at the 745, 750 level, we'll see this continue to rise. It's actually expected to overtake Ethereum in its price, and between now and there, it would be about a 4x. It'll increase by about 400%, and that's based on the narratives that we're watching happen, how involved BitTensor is in a lot of the larger infrastructure projects for AI. and we are riding that bubble because that's going to be a big component of the wealth transfer, that entire sector. So this is the injective token, one of my favorite ones. That is of the non legacy coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. This one's one of my favorites because they're focusing on interoperability between crypto and blockchain ecosystems. And so I'm always about that interoperability. We got to make sure that we're all working together. And this coin in particular, I'm really appreciating how well it's done over the long term. It's got a solid game plan to make it where we don't have to concern ourselves with which coin is best. The best coin is the one that works best for you. And the best coin for me is the one that works best for me. Interoperability makes it where we don't have to worry about which coin is the best one for anybody because we just get to trade without any middlemen. And that's nice. So the injective token is right now in this area of this pivot area here. It is accumulating some volume, and we can expect as it broke out of this trend line here, when it breaks up like we had this breakout here, this retracement is providing that support for the next push upwards. My target on my trades that I have active right now, the first one that I took was in the middle of June. The target is for 300 or so % increase to $67 mark. And then I made another increased my position, dollar cost averaged my way into this price point here at 16 cents ish. Yeah, 16.6. And since that time, on September 7th, it has gone up. Oh, where's my ruler? There it is. It's gone up 24.55%. Looking forward to utility phase coming into play with a lot of AI projects, and I believe that that's going to bring such an injection of liquidity into the markets that we're going to see some of the volatility that brings us up to that higher price point, pushing $70. Desync. Whoa, I have to clean up this chart. So with Desync, we've been tracking this one for a while. This huge pennant has been forming. I believe that we're going to see that continue. It has pulled down below this pivot zone here, and it even tested the next zone below. Now it may still reach down to the 10-cent level, which is the low point. That is the point where I would be adding to my position yet again to lower my cost, or the average cost of these coins. The first one that I took, yeah, that was also here at the middle of June. So I'm down right now on my first trade, 19%. But I just added to my position again when it was down here at 15 cents, and then again added a little bit more yesterday. So my dollar cost average right now is probably hovering, I'd have to do the math, but I'd say it's probably hovering between 17 and 15 cents or so. And I'm looking forward to seeing this breakout. Destra Network is all about having decentralized storage for people's hosting content on the internet. So here we have 0 by 0, another AI project that values data privacy. And really, you're gonna notice that I push that a lot. Back in June, my trade that I took then has drawn down 43%. But without, it was way worse than that before. In fact, we had dropped down 65% on August 16th. But again, we were following that trend line. I know full well this is a great spot that the early adopters would have recognized as a great reinvestment place or reinvestment price. And since then it has been showing strength as we're forming new highs, and the lows are getting nice and deep, retouching a lot of these little tiny pivot spots. so that those founders can get some good growth. This community has been fantastic in sharing what their vision and their ideals are, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to how Zero by Zero performs. My target price right now is 75 cents, and yeah, between now and then I've added I've added 2 positions here. Added another position on September 7th at 10 cents, and then again yesterday added a little bit more at 13. Between the 3 of these trades, I would say my average is likely in the 14-15 cent range, and going up to the all-time high, that will bring approximately 250% growth. I think that little growth spurt's likely going to happen within a period of not from necessarily from today, but from the start to the finish of that impulse, probably about a week to 2 weeks. 3 Protocol. This is a great project where they are pushing for no KYC on a Visa card. They don't provide services in Canada, but that doesn't mean that we are exempt from being able to profit from it. This long-term trend line here is a short-term project, really, still, but this trend line here was adequately blasted out of there at the beginning of October. Oh yeah, end of September is when that started. And that new high was very encouraging. This retest is also very encouraging, as it's essentially bouncing off of that average price line as it trended downwards. We'll see this one rally here in the next little while. I haven't positioned myself on this one yet. I would like to see this. I would like to see a nice retest of this after an impulse. And so I would say that, you know, if I were to do this one, my strategy would be to wait until we see an impulse forms a new high, and then a retracement back into this zone here at the 15-cent level. That's another pivot zone that I would look at repurchasing. But I would want to see this new high here. Everything looks good, but I would want to see a new high to make sure that we get up above all of this noise here. Next, we've got Link AI. It's been this formed a beautiful M pattern throughout September and into the beginning of October, and since that time has been holding its own at this support level around 12 cents or so. We're seeing already today a 13% increase in the last, what is that, like 15 hours, 16 hours, and so yeah, that's great. I think it's wonderful that it's rebounding off of this zone the way that it is. You can see that we've been having this gradual trend of the lows getting higher, this gradual movement. I always like seeing this in this space, because it shows that there's some stability and some direction to it. When price charts are just all over the place and they're not forming some sort of a pattern, then I'm not that interested in risking. But this one here has got a good solid base. Yeah, looking forward to that one. DEAI, called 01 Labs, formed an all-time high yesterday and is already doing it again today. It's topped out at 60 cents, I think. Yeah, 60 cents on the button. And I believe that this one here is going to do very well. I'm not in this one. I started watching it shortly after this retracement here, and I wanted to just wait for the charts to show me what they're doing before I get involved. Now that we've got nice good strength coming out, again, it would have been nice to grab this one here, but you know, by the 24th of September, this was still too new of a project for me. I wanted to see some more price action before I decided to put some money into it. But now, at this point that we've seen this new high get formed so beautifully, I would say that if we get, well, the next retracement is definitely going to be where I come in on 01 Labs. This one here is the FAR This is a gaming coin on the Polygon network. And since I made my purchase here on October 8th at 8/10 of a cent, it has been holding out there ever since. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing the next impulse bring us up over top of that 2 cent mark and then onwards as we head towards the all-time high, which would provide a 2,300% increase on this position that I'm holding right now. Now, if it goes down below, I'll probably add to my position as it comes down towards the 0.6 cent, 6/10 of a cent mark. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty happy with the position that I'm holding right now. On the topic of Tron, we have yeah, missing a few here. I didn't do Sundog, did I? Oh no, yeah, I did. Okay, let's go back. So this is the Tron coin. I'm watching this now like a hawk. Look at how well this has performed over the last couple of years. You know, if we take a look at some of the other coins that are out there, you know, Ethereum, you can see that it's been all over the place for the last couple of years. Really, up and down. Whereas with Tron, it has been very consistent within the last couple of years. Ended its bear run in 2022, November of 2022, and it ever since then has been having great strength upwards. You know, look at that. Look at that trend line. It's just gorgeous. Now, I believe that we will see a retracement. Now that we're at the all-time high, I believe we'll see a retracement that dips back down, likely to retest this area. And so I will watch for that. Now, some people, and they would be correct in saying that, well, we already had that retracement. But I feel that because it's at the all-time high here, that we'll see a little bit more of a test before we go higher. And it's just, I think we've got about another week or so before we see things really take off. So I don't want to, yeah, this one here, I don't want to get in right now. I want to see another test, and then I might add some more. Now, that being said, at the moment, Sundog, is that right? Oh my goodness. Let's just double check that. Sundog is on Tron. Yes. Yeah. I think this is great. This is a nice chart. XRP. This one's inside this kind of inner channel. We've got another larger channel that's been ranging by the 30-40% range. And over the last little while, this has been, oh no, this is already showing, yeah, 20-30% fluctuation here already. But it's showing support now on this middle trend line. We can extend that probably. Yeah, there's our channel. So it's yeah, it's extending. It hasn't really extended too much below that over the last year or so, but this dip here definitely collected a nice big scoop of equity there, and has been, yeah, it's been working its way up ever since, forming higher highs and higher lows. So this one here's, yeah, it's looking nice. I would say we need to get up above this area here. Oh. There we go. We need to get up above this area here for me to be confident that we are, yeah, that we're going to head up to this trend line here. And eventually we would need to see it reach this zone here, this pivot zone, for me to feel like we are actually headed upwards long term. The chart shows that we are. But I wouldn't be buying XRP until we retest this line after a bull run. And let's go on. We got Modic, good old Polygon. Polygon is backing a lot of great gaming coins, and I believe that the video game industry will actually assist us in profiting wildly and setting ourselves up in a more, well, there's the talk of happiness economics. where we take more, we put more value in the happiness, overall happiness of humanity versus the wealth. And I think that the gaming industry is going to be paving the way for that. And Polygon is a great network that has got a lot of video game development happening on it. And we added to our bags on this one on October 9th. And since that time, it has, is that right? October 8th. Yeah, October 8th. Since that time, it's just been hovering around that area ever since. Yeah, draw down a 3% in at the worst. This is slated. The all-time high is almost $3, and between here and there is a 679% increase. And so yeah, it's time to dollar cost average this, especially after this trend line here that was forming since yeah, April. Oh no, look at that. It's actually started at the beginning of the year. Yeah. That trend line has been adequately broken out of and is it's holding its own at that level right now. And so that's encouraging. It's encouraging to see as we enter into this new era. This is ADA on the Cardano network. We had that pennant that got broken out and has been retesting this pivot zone here. I believe that this is a great spot for it to get a leg up over top of this trend line here that's been, yeah, this is since the beginning of the year as well. Actually, this point here is April. But since the beginning of March, it's been on a downward trend. And I believe that the next point that we'll see, where I'll definitely be taking some profit, is going to be at this resistance point, 57 cents. Again, 57 cents US. Between where my last accumulation was and there is an 80% rise. That will be expected to happen again within a very short period of time once it breaks out of this trend line here, this red one. Ethereum still consolidating into our pennant here that's centered in on the 25 level, somewhere in that area, somewhere in that area. Because of this resistance, I'm not saying it's going up yet. I would need to see this price action get up over top of this pennant and actually push towards this 3,000 level. But there is also a lot of sentiment saying that the institutions that have taken over assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they may want to press the price down to 1900 or so just to wipe out some of the people that have been getting really excited about things like ETFs and other financial instruments that the institutions are employing over top of these things. Bitcoin, no exception. It's definitely bounced off the support at 60,000, and as long as it can get up above this line here, I'll be confident that we're on that bullish run that is. Yeah, I'll be confident at that point that the bullish run to 100,000 is on its way. And that, again, I think we're going to see an answer to our questions about what's going to happen within the next couple of weeks. So that's great. And then I every once in a while check on this chart here. This is ADA and Ethereum pair. I like to trade between these two quite a bit, and so I watch so that I can just time my deposits and withdrawals in such a way that I can appreciate some of these 15%, 10% drawdown, and back and forth as it goes up this channel, and just find the times when it's best to pay yourself. So that's the market analysis here for October 12th. Thanks so much again for all of you tuning in. I look forward to the comments, and definitely we'll see you back again Monday morning. Yes, Monday is Thanksgiving in Canada, but I will be here 7:15 a.m. to analyze the charts with you. So thanks so much. Talk to you later.